Hello, my brothers and sisters in our Lord Jesus Christ. My name is Father Joe, and I'm here at St. Joseph's Church in Elko, Nevada. I wanted to share a little bit of a reflection on our readings for today. We have a couple of very interesting things. First one from Genesis chapter 17. I wanted to say two things about this reading. The first is that this is the second covenant that God has made with Abram, that this is the promise of the land. There's three promises made to Abraham in the three covenants that are made with Abraham, promising him a nation, a name, and a worldwide blessing. This one has the land as well as the name attached to it. So we're seeing the promises that are being made to Abraham. This is also sort of the starting point. It did start a few chapters earlier, but kind of the starting point of the whole story of salvation history. I'm going to come back to that again when we get to our gospel. This is also the covenant in which circumcision is given. We actually stopped the verse before circumcision is instituted. So things to keep in mind, very important passage. The other thing I wanted to comment on is the change of the name. Now, in ancient cultures, a name signified what a thing was. When you called something, when you said that this was their name, it symbolized who they were. So Avram literally means the great father or the exalted father. Av means father, Ram means exalted or important or grandiose, right? So then he is the exalted father. However, his name is then changed to Avraham. Av referring to father, Raham, of many, of a multitude, of the plethora. And so he changes from the exalted father to the father of many, which is going to be fulfilled in the New Testament when all of us, brothers and sisters in our Lord Jesus Christ, are made children of Abraham. So that's our Old Testament reading. Now for our gospel. Now, as I said yesterday, John chapter 8 is one of those very, very convoluted and difficult to understand passages. But we're kind of getting to the end and the climax of what's going on in this passage. Specifically with this discussion of Abraham. Are you greater than our father Abraham who died? Did not the prophets die? Yet you say that you will not, that those who follow you will not taste death. And so then Jesus ultimately ends with, before Abraham was, I am. Now, obviously, you probably know I am is reference to the divine name found in the book of Exodus. I am who am. So Jesus is claiming divinity here. But it's also sort of bookending the entirety of salvation history. As I said before, Abraham is kind of the start of the salvation of the world. And before Abraham was, Jesus is. Keep in mind, it's the present tense. Jesus is. It's a lot of the philosophers will argue that this is showing the divinity of Jesus, that God is immutable, unchangeable. And it's not as though God has a past and a future. He simply is present. And so when Jesus says, I am, he's referring to that as well. But all of salvation history is encapsulated in the very person of Jesus. Before Abraham was, I am with you. And so this book ending of everything, that all of this story has started with Jesus and will end with Jesus, because it's ultimately a reuniting of humanity with God. The other thing I wanted to say, and I thought this was very interesting, I believe it was Gregory the Great in his commentary on this passage, talks about Jesus hiding and then going away. He said that this was a somewhat mystical understanding of those who do not follow the truth. That if we will not recognize the truth when it is our midst, it is hidden from us. And though Jesus walks among us, we do not recognize that truth. And I thought that was a very interesting thing, that Jesus passes from their midst, just as truth passes from the mind of those that are unwilling to listen to it. Actually, with that, I'm going to end my reflection. There was one other thing I was thinking about talking about, but I've already gotten 4 minutes. So with that, my brothers and sisters, stay safe, and may God bless and keep you.